period today, I will be able to create a box and whisker plot from data. Box and whisker plots are just a pictorial representation of all of the information that we have been finding. So this is an example of a box and whisker plot, and what you can find is in the lower extreme to the quartile 1, which is also, we're going to call the min or minimum. And the lower quartile is our Q1. You will find 25% of your data there. Between your quartile 1 and your quartile 2, also known as your median, you will find 25% of your data. Between your quartile 2 and your quartile 3, you will also find 25% of your data. And to the upper extreme, which we will call maximum, and the quartile 3, you will find 25%. That's how you get 100% of your data in a pictorial representation. So step 1, we're going to order our data from least to greatest. Step 2, we will find our least, which we will call our min, our greatest, which we will call our max, our median, which we'll call quartile 2, our first quartile, which is quartile 1, our last quartile, which we'll call quartile 3. Then we will make a number line and plot the data items that we just found above the number line. The key part here, you must label all the items that you place on here. So we are looking for 5 pieces of data, and each of them need to have labels. Once we've labeled everything, we will draw the whiskers, and we will draw a box and a vertical line at the median or quartile 2. So here's our set of data, and what I'm going to do to start off, I'm going to actually make the list of the 5 numbers that I need to place on my box and whisker. So I need my min, my max, my Q1, my Q2, and my Q3. I'm going to place these numbers in numerical order. So I have 2, 3, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 9, 9, 10, 12, 15, and 16. So right from that list, I can already fill in my min and my max. 2 is my minimum number, and max is 16. I'm going to start off by finding my Q2 or my median. And 9 is my Q2. Make sure you fill in these answers in the correct places. Now I'm going to place a box around my lower quartile, and I will find the median of those numbers, looking for my Q1. So I end up with 3 plus 4 in the middle, giving me 7, and 7 divided by 2 I get 3.5. So that is my Q1. Now I'm going to go to the upper quartile and find the median. I'm left with 10 and 12 in the middle. So I will add those two together and get 22 divided by 2 is 11. Now all I have left to do is to draw my picture. Okay, so I can draw a number line from the min to the max. So I have 2 all the way to 16. And now I'm going to place a dot above all of my pieces of data. So at 2, I'm going to place a dot, and I'm going to label that min. At 3.5, so between 3 and 4, I'm going to place a dot and call that Q1. At 9, I'm going to place a dot and call that Q2. At 11, I'm going to place a dot and I'm going to call that Q3. And at 16, I'm going to place a dot and call that max. Now, how I draw my picture, I'm going to connect Q1 and min with a line. I'm going to connect Q3 and max with a line. Those are called my whiskers. And I'm going to place a box that connects the rest of everything. And then I'm going to place a line down at Q2. And remember I said that we find 25% of our data between min and Q1, 25% of our data between Q1 and Q2, 25% of our data between Q2 and Q3, and 25% of our data between Q3 and max.